before he became the champion of Persia, before kings called upon his strength, before his greatest adventures began, Rostam faced another trial. A beast born of the wilderness, a giant feared by all who crossed its path. This is the story of Rostam and the wild elephant. After defeating the lion, Rostam's fame spread throughout Zabulistan. The people spoke of his courage. The hunters spoke of his strength. And many began to wonder what destiny had planned for the young hero. But beyond the borders of the kingdom, danger was already growing. Far from the cities and villages stretched a vast wilderness of forests, valleys, and rocky plains. Few travelers dared journey there alone. And now, frightening stories were arriving from those distant lands. Merchants spoke of roads destroyed overnight. Shepherds told of entire groves of trees torn from the earth. Hunters reported hearing thunder where no storm clouds could be seen. At first, many dismissed these stories. But soon the truth became impossible to ignore. A gigantic wild elephant had appeared in the northern wilderness. It wandered from valley to valley, leaving destruction behind. Fields were ruined. Roads were blocked. Villages lived in fear. The frightened people came before Sam and begged for help. The Lord of Zabulistan listened carefully. Then he ordered a party of hunters and scouts to investigate. Before they could depart, Rostam stepped forward. "I will go with them." Sam studied his grandson. Years had passed since Rostam's first great feats. The boy had grown stronger, wiser, more confident. At last, Sam nodded. "Go, but remember that strength alone does not bring victory." Rostam bowed. Then he mounted mighty Rakhsh. Together, they rode into the wilderness. For several days, the hunters followed the trail of destruction. Everywhere they looked, they found signs of the beast. Broken trees, shattered fences, deep footprints pressed into the earth. The farther they traveled, the larger the tracks became. Soon even the most experienced hunters grew uneasy. Then, one morning, the scouts returned with news. They had found the elephant. The hunting party climbed a rocky ridge and looked down into a broad valley. There stood the beast. The hunters fell silent. The elephant was enormous. Its hide was dark gray, almost black. Its tusks curved like great ivory swords. Scars covered its massive body. This was no royal elephant raised among men. This was a creature of the wild. Ancient, powerful, untamed. Suddenly, the elephant saw them. A deafening trumpet echoed across the valley. The ground trembled beneath its feet. Then the giant charged. The hunters scattered. Horses panicked. Dust filled the air. But Rostam remained calm. Rakhsh carried him forward. The elephant thundered toward them. At the last moment, Rostam guided his horse aside. The beast rushed past. Again it charged. Again Rostam avoided its attack. The battle swept across the valley. Dust rose into the sky. The earth shook beneath the elephant's fury. Yet Rostam never lost control. He watched carefully. He waited patiently. And at last, he saw his chance. The elephant charged once more. Rostam led it toward rocky ground. The giant stumbled for a moment. That moment was enough. With all his strength, Rostam struck. The valley echoed with a mighty roar. Dust covered the battlefield. Then silence returned. The wild elephant had fallen. Slowly, the hunters emerged from hiding. They stared in amazement. None had ever witnessed such courage. None had ever seen a warrior face such a beast alone. Together, they returned to Zabulistan. The people celebrated their victory. The roads filled with cheering crowds. The banners of the House of Sam waved proudly in the wind. When Rostam entered the city, Sam greeted him with pride. He knew that his grandson was destined for greatness. Each new challenge made that truth clearer. And beyond the mountains, even greater adventures were already waiting. For Rostam's journey had only begun. The young hero would soon travel farther than ever before. He would meet new allies, face new dangers, and take his first steps toward becoming the greatest champion Persia would ever know. The lion had fallen. The wild elephant had been defeated. But these were only the beginning. Next episode. Rostam's first journey. The road of destiny begins.